Hello and good afternoon, Doctor. I'm Harshini and I'm very excited to talk to you about the function of furnace in smoke tube boiler and also the role of burner in the combustion process. So let me tell you about what is furnace is in the smoke tube boiler. As you can see the image on my right side, that's an example of a boiler. Inside the boiler where the furnace is placed. The furnace serves as the primary combustion chamber where the fuel is burned. Its main function includes the image above me is an example of auxiliary smoke tube boiler. To make it simple and find easily, I have already circled where the furnace is in that image. So the first function of furnace in smoke tube boiler are fuel injection and air mixing. So a burner introduces the fuel into the furnace, which can be in liquid, gases and solid form. So the air often is preheated and then mixed with the fuel in the correct ratio to ensure the efficient combustion. Secondly, the furnace is also important in ignition process. So the air-fuel mixture is ignited, creating a flame. So this flame produces a high temperature gases as a result of the combustion process. And mainly, the third process is the combustion process. So this combustion process generates heat energy and then complete combustion produces the carbon dioxide, water vapor and heat, whereas the incomplete combustion produces carbon monoxide and also unburned fuel particles. Next, furnace is also important in heat transfer to surrounding water. The heat is generated in the furnace is transferred to the water surrounding it through the boiler's shell. This begins the process of converting water into steam. And lastly, the hot gas flow to the smoke tubes. So the hot gases from the furnace are directed into the smoke tubes where they further transfer the heat to the surrounding water, whereas the cool gases exit to the chimney or fuel system. Nextly, I'm going to talk about the role of burner in the combustion process. A burner is an also integral part of the furnace, which is responsible for initiating and maintaining the combustion process. Its roles includes fuel atomization, air-fuel mixing, ignition and also flame stabilization. Now let's see one by one. Fuel atomization. A fuel is atomized into fine droplets for better mixing with air. Next, the burner mixes the fuel with oxygen from the air to create combustion mixture. And also, the ignition process is the burner provides the initial spark or heat source required to ignite the air-fuel mixture. And lastly, the burner maintains a stable flame in the furnace, ensuring continuous and uniform combustion. As you can see in the video how the burner works. So these are the example of smoke tube boilers. The first is the auxiliary smoke tube boiler, second is the smoke tube boiler, third is an example of fire tube boiler, and the last is the example of Scotch marine smoke tube boiler. There's also other smoke tube boilers which are Cochrane boiler and etc. So in the image of each boiler you can see where the furnace and burner are. So that's all from me. In conclusion, together the furnace and burner are critical components of the smoke tube boiler which enable efficient heat generation and transfer to produce steam for various applications. That's all from me. Thank you very much.